close to me here. She is far away from me. I say hi to everyone, and then I would like to welcome you all in these lessons. I love you very much, and this week will be my last week with STEM Lockdown Digital School, and one of our teachers, the best teacher for NST grade 4, will be taking over from me. Please just be respectful, the same as you did to me. And then I love you all. And then at the beginning of the lesson, normally we start with our objectives. We start with our objectives. Now, our objectives for today are as follows. I have 2 objectives. Normally, we use 2 objectives every day because you are still very young children of grade 4, then we have to choose very carefully. So today we are going to learn about indigenous structures. These indigenous structures were the structures which were built a long time back by people in South Africa. At the end of the lesson, you must be able to explain the difference between 3 indigenous structures. You must also be able to identify the various materials used to build those 3 indigenous structures. That is what you must learn today. Yesterday, we have learned an interesting lesson where we were focusing on importance of strengthening structures, and that triangulation is the way in which a structure can be strengthened. That is what we have learned yesterday. But before industrialization, people also wanted to live inside buildings. They wanted to build different things for themselves and their animals. Therefore, they were forced to use their knowledge and skills so that they are able to live inside the buildings. We have different cultures in South Africa where people used to live in different types of structures. So today we are going to focus on 3 different cultures, meaning we won't take all the cultures. We are going to only choose 3. Now, in South Africa, there are many South Africans who build their own indigenous structures as homes. Since I told you I will focus on 3 only, now we'll start with the Zulu people. So the Zulu people were building a house which they used to call uguqa. They built it from the branches and grass. As you can see on the picture, the house is a dome-shaped. A dome shape, meaning there is what we call an arch, is also one of the strongest shapes. So these dome structures were able to make the house to stand during the storm, during the windy, during the rainy season. As you can see, when the rain falls on top of the house, it will just fall down on its own. So this type of house does not need a roof. It is a wall and a roof on its own. So that is the iguqa. Iguqa built by the Zulu people. I believe that people who live in KZN know this type of a building. And some of their parents, even their great parents, used to live in such houses. And these houses were called iguqa. Now let's move on to the other type of an indigenous structure. We come to the Xhosa people. The Xhosa people, they were building in such a way that they used different materials. They were building a house called a rontabail, or you can rather say rondavel, from the clay bricks and grass roofs. You can see the name rontabail derived from the shape of the house. As you can see, this house was made from the bricks, and you can see it was also painted. And then the roof of the house is the shape of a what? A cone, an inverted cone. Then that is grass that has been put on top. It is important for you to know the shapes, that why they used these shapes more especially. Now I come to the Nama people. These people lived somewhere there in the Northern Cape. These Nama people, even in Namibia, we've got the Nama people. Now the Nama people built Makis Haze. These houses were only built from branches. You can see it's nearly the same as the dome Zulu House. This house was built by bending the branches into a frame. Yes, they were using the young trees, just small twigs. As you can see, it's very light, and it is covered with grass mats. Yes, they only use trees, branches, and grass. That is all. Those were the materials which they were using to build this type of a house. So you can see the three types of houses, indigenous structures that were built by people in South Africa. I talked about iguqa, the rontabail, Makis Haze. That is the three types of indigenous structures that were built by people in South Africa. Now, the next slide, you will see the three types of houses in the next slide. Yes, you see the three types of houses. The first house on top left is the iguqa. Then we've got the rontabail on the right-hand side. Yes, the one painted with the light green. Then it is the rontabail. Then we have the Makis Haze, that is one at the bottom. Now I also have the other one there on the right, the igloo. Yes, this one is built from ice because people who live near the northern poles and the southern poles are called the Eskimos. They live in very cold places where there is snow or there is little sun and it is very cold. There are no other materials. They only use the ice. But look at the shape. My interest part is the shape of that they choose. You can see most of the structures that were built long time back, they used almost nearly the same shape. They used the shape like round and like a dome shape. And there was also triangulation, you can see it. Now I'm going to ask you three questions to see if you understood very well. What two materials are used in three types of indigenous houses? What two materials are used in three types of indigenous houses? Yes, I want to know what two materials. There are two materials which are used. Two, they are all used by all of them. Grass, okay. Okay, I thought somebody want to say something. Yes, they use sticks, correct? They use sticks.
Man.
The Eskimo used ice. Yes, the Eskimos used ice. Grass, straws, good. You are all correct. Yes, Mafunwa, correct. Nukwanda, correct. Daine, Ntokozo, correct. Yes, Willow, you are correct. Madumbo, correct. Michela, correct. Is the Eskimo use ice? Yes. So, yes, I know you know these answers. It's a very simple presentation. Very simple presentation, but my focus is on those three from South Africa. The one from use the eyes, I just put it because I wanted you to see the shape, the importance of the shape in construction or in structures. Number B, which two types of huts are made from similar, they are made similarly, meaning the shape. Which two houses have got a similar shape? Yes, which two houses? I want the two houses which have got a similar shape. I talked about Iguka, the Zulu one, and then I talked about the Rontabail for the Xhosa people. I also talked about the monkey's haze. So now, among those three, which are the two houses which are made similarly? Two, only two. I want two which are made similarly, which are the same in terms of the shape and nearly the same materials. Do you have the answer for that? Do you have the answer for that? Yes, it's the Zulu house. The Zulu house and the what? Look at this. Look at those four pictures. You will see that. Okay, there are two houses which are made from grass. Ne? Two houses made from grass, totally from grass. Naledi, made from grass. The answer is that we've got the Mackie's haze, which is made from grass and twigs or small branches, and also the Zulu house is made from the branches and grass. You see those two types of houses, they are almost the same, but the Xhosa house is made from bricks. That one is made from bricks. It's different from the two houses made from grass. Let's come to the last question. Why do they make different structures? Do you know why they make different structures? Why do they make different structures? Why did they make different structures? It's a very simple question to answer. It's a very simple question. Why do they make different structures? Yes, because of culture. Because of culture is correct. Yes, they used different materials because certain materials are only found in certain places. Yes, certain materials are found in certain places. You can only find ice in the northern pole and southern pole. That's why the igloo use the ice. That's why you only find the ice there. And then the other thing is that the grass used by the Zulu people, there is too much grass in KZN. Then you come to the Nama people, they use very light material in which they can to move from one place to another. The Nama people from one place to another. They don't stay in one place for a long time. So they will need to move from place to place. So they don't need to build a very heavy house or the very strong building, so that whenever they want to move away from the place, they can just take the mats, fold them, carry them, move to the next place. So the Xhosa people, they were using the mud, the clay bricks to build their houses, because those people, they normally lived in one place. Yes, and the Zulu people use those huts. Same applies to them. According to their culture, they will normally move from one place to another because of what? Of the wars. You remember about Shaka Zulu? Yes, if you once have seen that film Shaka Zulu, Zulu people normally, they used to be involved in a lot of wars in the past. So they normally used to move from one place to another as well because of fighting. So that is why the type of building that they used to build was that made of grass and that, yes. Now let's come to the next slide, where we are going to learn in depth about how the Zulu house was built. How this Zulu house was built. The building of the Zulu house, meaning it is iguqa, made by first bending the long branches into a dome shape. So they were folding the branches like this. If it's a branch, then they fold it like this. It makes a shape like this. Then it becomes an arch. This is an arch. Then if they make a lot of them, then they become like a network, like a nest. They look like a nest. Thereafter, they are going, these branches, they will act as struts. You remember the struts are important. They act as struts, helping with the frame of the structure. Then more sticks are added and woven between the struts for more strength. Woven, yes, they make them more stronger between the struts, like making the mat. Yes, they will use something to put them together. Then layers of grass are then added. If you know about thatching the grass, thatching of the roof, I mean the grass house, that is the same procedure they were using, the Zulu people. But these ones were only using it on their house, iguqa. It is they make the roof using the grass, also the walls using the grass. As you have seen on that picture that I've shown you before. So that is as simple as that. It is a dome-shaped, and they were using branches as struts. They were using moss stick and woven them, and layers of grass added. These are the three statements you can pick from this. Then let's go to the Xhosa house. Then the Xhosa house is the rontabile. The Xhosa house is the rontabile. And then this rontabile, they first built in a circle with clay. Yes, they just built a hole in a circle. You know clay bricks? We studied about clay previously. So clay bricks, they just use this clay to make the bricks and put them on the sun to dry. Thereafter, they will use the same clay and the bricks to build the house. Then they will make it round, and then plaster the house using the cow dung. Normally they use the cow dung. There was no cement used. They just go and mix the cow dung with some clay, then they just patch it around until it is smooth. Then the wooden poles on top there, they will put the wooden poles like the modern house. But you remember the shape they make. They first make a triangle. Yes, they will make triangles like that, triangles. You remember about the triangle shape, very strong. Thereafter, it becomes an inverted cone that is facing downwards. Then they will do They will put more grass on top. Then that is the name thatched. Thatched is the name used when we put grass on top of the roof and then we put it to be the roof of the house, is thatching. Then the struts, those are the poles. So you see, the Xhosa people use different things and they use many things than the Zulu people. Let's go to the next one. The next slide, you see the Nama people. These people, they were building a very simple house. Very simple. Because you can see the young tree branch is very light. It's not heavy. Then they were forming a shape like a beehive. They formed a beehive shape. And then the grass mats, you know the mat made from grass. They normally sell it on the streets. They normally sell this mat on the streets. So it's a very simple material using the grass, natural resource. Then this mat, they can cover the whole shape. So if you put a mat on the shape, when you want to remove it, you can remove it anytime. Yes, you can remove it, then they can then move to one place to another. Since I told you, Naledi, they move from one place to another. They don't stay in one place, the Nama people. So they have to use light material. When they want to carry their babies, all the things that they have in the house, they can just carry it easily as a family and go somewhere else. Yeah. So this is also linked to their culture. They cannot live in one place for a long time because they want to catch more meat, meaning they go and hunt. Where there is too much meat, they can stay there for a while. If there is no water and there is no more meat around there, they will move to another place where they will kill animals for food. Then they will do that seasonally. It depends on the season. So they don't need a very strong house. Now, this is an activity on the next slide. Then look at the picture. Yes, look at the picture. You look at the picture, and I want you to tell me, what is the name of this art? What do you call this art? What do you call this art? Oh, you call it Sawubona. Oh, okay. Mafuda say it's Sawubona. Now, lady, what do you call it? What do you call this house? Yes, Rontabail, yes, or Rondavel. Rondavel. Yes, that is the name of the house. Now, what is the shape of this hut? Hello? Or the shape, somebody say it's a sphere. Okay, the other one. What is the shape of this house? The shape of this house. Or somebody say it's a cube. It's a circular. Yes, good. It says, yes, it's a circular. It says it's circular. I agree with you. And the top is a cone. The top part is a cone. Yes, the roof is a cone. And now the walls is a cylinder. We can see, yeah, cylinder. Good, 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 good. I like the term that we have used for science. It's a cylinder shape and a cone shape on top. Remember these shapes, you learn these shapes in mathematics. They are not different. Thank you for, yes, cylinder, good, good. Look, I like the way you give the answers. It's important to use science terminology because they link with mathematics. We don't use the street language because we want the correct concepts. It's a cone on top and a cylinder. Yes, I like the way you cope with the new science terminology, because you are going to be scientists. All right, let's come to the number D. What are the walls and roof made with? Let's start with the walls. The walls are made with the mud, correct? Yes, for free. Mud, you get it wherever you go. It's a natural thing, you don't buy it. And then the roof, yes, the roof is made from what? The roof is made from what? I'm happy Mandisa, I'm happy Ntokozo, Mpentle, yes, Mpilentle, okay, yes, you are right, everybody, you know, yes, you know science. Zano, yes, Dane, Michela, yes, the roof is made from grass. Very simple, it's made from grass. Now, that it was the activity that I wanted you to do today. It's very simple. Let's move to the next part. Let's move to the next part, to the checkpoint. What shape is Zulu iguka? Uguka. What shape is Zulu? I'm not a Zulu speaker. You see, I'm struggling to call this name. Uguka. What shape is a Zulu uguka? What shape? What shape? Oh, somebody says a semicircle. Let's come to the next people. What shape is a dome shape? It is a dome shape. It is a dome shape. Zano, you are right. Yes, Zano is a dome shape. Now, you see, these shapes that we studied previously, it looks like it's a decoration, but in actual fact, is science involved in these shapes. They cannot just decide to make a dome. They should have tried other shapes and failed, and ended up coming up with a very shape that is stronger than the other. So it took very long for these people to find out the right materials and the right shapes they should choose. Now, number B, what main difference is there between the Xhosa, Rotabile, and Iguka and the Makis Hayes? The main difference. What is the main difference between those three houses that you have seen? Yes, is the shape. Yes, is the shape, the material used. Good. Elisa, Govenda. It is the materials. The difference is the materials and the shape used. Correct. I'm very happy that you know the answers. I'm very happy that you know the answers. Now, I am done with this lesson today. What you can do, you know the books that you are using. Look at the books, but before you go to the books, look at the website. You see that website, ulwaziprogram.org. You must look at the traditional houses. Yes, using that website, and also looking at these books that you use. I know you use different textbooks. You just look at the textbook that you use at your school, then you see which page you must open in order for you to learn further about the lesson of today. So this is the last lesson for term 2, actually, for science. It is the last lesson according to the syllabus. I've covered everything. Now, from tomorrow until Friday, we are going to concentrate on technology. We are going to concentrate on technology because we have to do a project, and this project will be in line with the skills that you must have to know in technology. So technology will be the focus. Tomorrow is the basics of technology, and then yes, as you can see, tomorrow we are going to learn about investigating water towers, That is a lesson for tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. And thank you for being with me and being patient and answering the questions. I love you all. Yes, to my host, Miss Rosette Kalitz, I'm very happy that we were able to talk to these people, wonderful people. We love them all, and then keep well. Love you too. Then, yes, thank you for the help and everything that you did to us. And then bye-bye, and then see you next time. Mrs. Khalid,